Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out on a bike, or at least that's what they purport it to be. I'm on an, oh God, what are they again? An NC750XA. So I've got this while mine's in getting repaired. I had a feeling I'd get one of these. So this is kind of a first impressions video of the NC750XA. So we haven't got a lot of light left, unfortunately. It's 4:15. So, first impressions, it looks fucking awful. I'm not a fan of this type of bike, like, really. You know, these adventure commuter type things. But this particular one is fucking awful looking. I've seen better. God, you get a lot of wind when you get the speed up a bit. Yeah, I've seen better things come out of my fucking dog's backside, like. Right, so it's pokey enough, like. You know what I mean? It's a 750, so you know it's got to have a little bit of pokey. Only revs up to 7,000 revs, like. It's got 3 rider modes on it: Sport, Normal and Rain. Oh, sorry, 4, because there's a user mode as well, which I'm not even going to bother looking at. So we're just in standard mode at the moment, or normal mode. I think you have to stop to change the modes. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah, oh no, it looks like you can. Let's just select. There we go, we're in sport. There we go. So you get no torque, apparently, according to the screen here. Let's go to the airport and have a deke at this. It's pokey enough, like, you know, like we're in sport mode, but you know, it's pokey enough. It doesn't give you any indication that it's pokey, like, not until you look at the speedo. The clutch is as light as anything, you know, compared to the VFR's hydraulic clutch. This is, you know, it's so light. This, it must be a slip assist clutch or something. I assume it will be. But yeah. I don't know what tyres it's got on it or anything like that. I might have a look when we stop, but they seem sure-footed enough. I don't know why these lights. I think you can appoint this. I don't know if you can see at the top right hand corner of the dash there. There's like a coloured light, and it changes colours for the gears that you're in. And I think that can be appointed to something else. I'm not 100% sure. I only had a quick look at the manual. It seems pointless to have, you know, different colours. You know what I mean, for each gear, because you've got a gear indicator on there anyway. And it flashes when you need to change. So, single disc at the front seems reasonably well, it's powerful enough anyway for this. Obviously it'll be ABS and all that sort of carry on, Euro 5 and all that. And we'll stop by the Vulcan. Right. Well, I was going to say I'll see you in a minute, but before we do that, obviously the elephant in the room is this thing here. So I've got all my camera equipment in there, I've got my puncture kit in there, there's a tool kit in there, I've got some visor wash in there. You can fit a lot in there, so that is a good point about it. So what I'll do is I'll get my camera out and I'll show you around the bike. Although I'm sure you'll have seen bloody, if you're looking for one of these, you've probably seen loads of pictures and pardon me, other reviews and what have you. So yeah, anyway, let's have a look around this this dog's dinner of a bike. So see you shortly. Right then, lads and lasses, that's a Vulcan at Solway Aviation Museum there. So the bike, as you can see, it's blue. It's actually the same colour as my car, which is also a Honda. But no, it's not my style of bike at all, this thing. Like, it's like, I don't know what Honda's thinking, like, you know what I mean? They got rid of the VFRs and the what is it, the Cross Max, Cross Tourer, whatever it is. You know, the VFR derived touring bike or adventure bike. No, it's not my style of bike. It looks cheap. It's got really cheap looking plastics on it. It just looks cheap, like, you know, in my eye, or my eyes. I don't know, but then again, you know what I mean, anything under 15 grand these days, you know, unless you're talking like a leader bike, you know, they're all built to a bloody budget now. You know, crap. Alright. But no, it's definitely not my sort of bike, this. Definitely not. Like, you'd have thought the people that who supplied this would have washed it before they supplied it, like. You know what I mean? I've only been 3 miles on it or something, 5 miles. Oh, since this video, really. No, you got this skinny little swing arm, which is reminiscent of the SV650, you know, and that ilk of bike. Now these cost 7.5 grand. You can get an SV. Now I haven't had an SV, but I have had a Gladius, as you know, and I would say the Gladius or the SV would be a better bet than this, to be honest. I don't know how much the V-Strom is, the 650's V-Strom. You know, like, I'm biased there. I just can't stand this type of bike. Like, you know what I mean? They're neither here nor there. You know, things like the Africa Twin and all that sort of carry on. Yeah, I can see them as for what they are. But this is like a, you know what I mean? It's just, ooh, yuck. I know. I can't find a good thing to say about it, really. Looks wise, anyway. It's a solid bike. Don't get us wrong. You know, I mean, it. You know, it actually, you know, works well. But man, look at this thing. It's freaking. Oh, it's dreadful. Like I've only been a couple of miles on it, so I can't really talk about comfort or anything. But sitting up that upright with the arms that high, oh man, it just feels weird. Like it really does. Like for £7,500, which I think was what these are, you could get the Suzuki GSXS 750. And yeah, it won't do some of the things that this won't. This can do. You know, you can't put luggage in the tank and all that sort of carry on. Or, you know, it hasn't got a big screen on it. Well, you can probably put a big screen on it. So I haven't said that. But you're getting an absolute peach of a motor, and you know, the whole package is just, you know, a really nice sports bike. Like that, nah, it's not for me. Anyway, I'll stop slagging it off, and the practicalities of it, you know, you can't argue with it. But I mean, like, the plastics are just fucking awful, man. You know what I mean? Like, don't get us wrong, the VFR isn't brilliant. But Jesus Christ, it's bloody awful. The seats are. There's not a lot going for it looks wise. Like, not a lot at all. You know what I mean? It's clarty like. Yeah, it's a dog's dinner, in my opinion. But like I say, I don't know what Honda were doing. You know, they've got to bring out another better mid-range bike than this. I'm not sure what they've got in the range. Yeah, you know, they've got the likes of the CBRs, you know, the 500 and what have you, and the 650. The 650 is a good bike. Like, I've had the CB 650. Again, that was a nicely executed bike. The CB 650R I don't particularly like, because of that round headlight that they put on it. It's yeah. Yeah, definitely not for me. In fact, I think I'd rather have one of them. So, we'll get back on the bike, go for a little ride, and see if it can change my mind. Hey, let's get out of here. Let's play about with that mirror again. It had come loose on the way here before I started the video, and now it's fucking all out of the place. What can we do with this? Out, really. It has come loose from there, hasn't it? Oh, push it back. There we go. That should adjust. It's a bit loose actually. That way a bit. That should be about right, I think. It's usually about right when you can see your elbow. Hey! Put the stand up, Mark. Clown. Right. I can imagine this will be quite a manoeuvrable bike. Certainly when I pulled it out the garage before coming here, it seemed to have quite a good turning circle on it. Let's see how that goes then. Oh, easy, aye. Loads of manoeuvrability, like. So I can imagine it would be pretty good in traffic and what have you. I think most bikes these days, it's a little bit snatchy in the throttle, what with its lead mixture and stuff. I don't like the fact that it's got those, you know, the indicators on the front on all the time. I think that's a bit of a bad move on Honda's part. Wouldn't be so bad if it was like on the, whatchamacallit, the VFR, where it has marker lights, but they're white rather than orange. Having them orange is just going to confuse car drivers, like, and let's face it, you know, what you don't want to be doing is confusing car drivers, eh? It's almost, you could almost use it as an excuse to knock you off your bike, like. Look, we're steaming up again. I think I'm getting quite a lot of wind in my face here, like, off that screen. So somebody of my height, you know, 6'2", expect a bit of that here. So we're back in standard mode. It must knock itself back into standard mode when you stop the motor. My hands are bloody freezing as well. You know, being stuck out where they are. You know, you do get a little bit of protection on the VFR with the fairing and stuff. Yeah, we're starting to lose light pretty quick here, and I've still got the ND filtered on the whatchamacallit, the GoPro, so no self-cancellers. Yeah, it's nippy enough, like. Anyway, I'll bring the speed down a little bit. Now, it's quite windy at the moment, and I'm not getting any, you know, real, you know, I'm not getting buffeted about very much. It seems solid in that respect. Well, certainly no more than I would be getting buffeted about off the on the VFR. Well, this is the XA version, it's not the ADV one, you know, with the uppy, downy, shifty on here kind of crack. When the guy in the van delivered it this morning, I was like, oh no, it's not the bloody automatic thing, is it? He says, no, I don't think it is. And I'm good for that. I don't like this riding position, this kind of sit up and beg sort of crack. But you know, that's just a personal thing, you know what I mean? Obviously, anybody watching this, you know, if that's your thing, you know, it is comfortable, don't get us wrong, even for a big guy like me, 6'2", it is pretty comfortable. Mind you, my ass cheeks are sticking into the passenger seat a bit. The seat is very slim. I don't know what it'd be like on a long journey, but it is pretty slim. Don't get us wrong, both my butt cheeks are on it. I'm going to have to be careful going through the next village. Obviously an unfamiliar bike, making sure I get the right speed, because there's what do you call it, cameras, average speed cameras right the way through the bloody village. Last thing I want to do is get a ticket. Yes. It's a nice. It is nice to ride. You know what I mean? Don't get us wrong. You know, I would never buy one. Just because it's not the type of bike that I'm interested in. You know what I mean? If I was going to buy a middleweight twin, I'd probably go for something like the SV, which is probably the best value for money you can get in that range, like, or more likely the GSXS 750, which is a brilliant bike. I can't shout for any of the others because I haven't ridden them, well, apart from the CB650, which isn't a bad bike neither, like, but if I had the choice, it would be the SV or the GSXS. Yeah, I don't know about the Yamaha, or the many Yamahas in that category, because there are a lot, or the Kawasaki's either, or any other brands for that matter. But yeah, I don't know what Honda were thinking, like, you know, discontinuing the VFRs, you know. God, my hands are absolutely freezing. It hasn't got heated grips on it, has it? No. Which is, you know, you'd have thought that they put it on for as standard on one of these. I'm sure you'll be able to get it as an accessory, like. But you'd have thought that, you know, this the type of bike that it is, you know, touring, all that sort of carry on, commuting, you know, you'd have thought that they put heated grips on as standard, like, and maybe on the automatic one they do, I don't know, but yeah, I would have expected them to have that sort of stuff on it, especially for £7,500, like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of bloody money, like. Gearbox is lovely. You expect that these days from all brands, really. It's a bit chuggy at low speeds. Yeah, it's not a bike I would buy. And then again, there's a lot of people that probably wouldn't buy a VFR neither, or a GSXS 750. I mean, something that's pretty good about it is but the way the engine is leant forward, it does obviously lower the centre of balance, centre of gravity. You can, because you could imagine a bike like this, where everything does seem quite high up, though the seat height isn't particularly high. Expect it to be a bit more wobblier. You know what I mean? A bit harder to balance and stuff. But it's actually quite nice in that respect at low speed. A bit of wobbly steering going on to keep yourself upright, but then again, it is cold as well. Yeah, it's quite nice to control in traffic. It doesn't look like we're going to get over 30 mile an hour here anyway. Yes. So in the modes, if you were to put it into user mode, you've got 3 parameters that you can change. You've got the torque, whatever that is. I assume it's increasing the amount of torque. I've got P for power, I assume. Increase, decrease the power. And you've got EB, which is engine braking. How much engine braking you get, so you can, so what you can do is you can increase, decrease that as well. So when it's in standard, you've got halfway on the torque bit, halfway on the power, and halfway on the engine braking. Going into other modes, I can't really do it here. Well, I probably could actually. No, I can't now. Watch your speed, Mark, lad. Last thing you want is a ticket through here. I didn't get one last time, by the way. When I'd gone a little bit over 30 mile an hour for a very, very, very short time. I didn't get a ticket, so I was ecstatic about that, as you can well imagine. I have to say though, pottering around in traffic like this, it's actually very relaxing. As a commuter bike, I would say, yeah, it's a pretty good package. Fucking hell, nearly got fucking just slammed in the face by a bird. Ooh, get that speed down, Mark, get that speed down, lad. It's feeling quite chuggy. You know, in third gear at 30 mile an hour. It's quite chuggy, yeah? Maybe it, because I'm just used to being with the multi, being at, you know, like third gear at 30 mile an hour. Certainly over 30 mile an hour, it's nice and smooth. Looks like it's going to start to rain. They did say around 5 o'clock it might rain, like. We're going to take it for a little run up the motorway. God, my hands are fucking freezing! Fucking freezing! I'm sure you can get hand guards for these things, so that might be an option you might want to look for if you're going to be riding in the winter. So I haven't done the motorway riding yet, but what's my opinion of it? Well, I set off thinking, what a pile of shit, and looks wise, I'm sorry ladies and gentlemen, it is still, to me, it's still a pile of shit, but as a package, you know, if you're buying one of these for, say, commuting and, you know, doing a little bit of kicking about on the weekend, that sort of thing, it's not a bad package. It's an expensive package, you know, for what it is. There are cheaper options out there, but oh, they're making some nice food in there. That smells nice. But yeah, you know, $7.5 grand. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. As I say, I would buy the Suzuki GSXS 750 first, but that's just more to my liking, like. Well, let's see how she does on the motorway. I can imagine getting me bloody heat blown off here, like, because there is a lot of wind coming across that, whatchamacallit, that screen. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the way it handles. Got to get used to the low revving engine, like. Yeah, there's a lot of wind. There we go, there's 6th gear. And she's plodding along quite happily at under 4,000 revs at 73 miles an hour. But I'm getting a lot of wind around my ears and my head and the helmet and that. A lot of wind. Ooh, getting a bit of side wind there as well. It's been very windy around here over the last few days. Was it Storm Danny or something like that? You know, that gear indicator lights thing, you know, where you've got the different colours for the for whatever gear you're in. You know, it's fucking annoying, to be honest. It doesn't need it, eh? Now I think you can change what that does in the menus and stuff. I'm not sure, but I think you can. And I might have a look at that tonight. Well, it's nice on the motorway, apart from that bloody wind. Get in here, I think. Yes. Oh, getting buffeted to hell off that wagon and all. That's handy. Very handy. So, I suppose it's a bit unfair comparing it against my own bike, the VFR, but yeah, it's not a bad bike, don't get us wrong. Looks wise, to me, it is a fucking dog's dinner, like. Yeah, and I'd label that at the V-Strums and the bloody all the other, what do you call it, as well. To me, they just look like dog's dinners, like. So, again, if I was in the market for a middleweight, again, it would probably be the GSX. For this sort of money, it would be the GSX 750, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So anyway chaps, I'm nearly home, so thanks for watching. Look after yourselves, look after the people you love, ride safely, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. So take care, and well, there's no camera to do it to, but peace out.